Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the one and only ICP Internet Computer. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss out on this. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. First and foremost, I just want to thank all of you for the love that you have given me on that last video where I went ahead and exposed the shady futures trading that went on prior to the launch of ICP token. If you're interested in learning about that, I will pin that video in the end screen of this technical analysis. So we'll make this TA nice, short, and sweet so you can get to that video if interested. Now, one of the things we're seeing here on ICP is the fact that there is this huge falling wedge, and this is extremely bullish, especially when we start to see this pattern play out over a large period of time like it has. Now, in addition, I threw down some just a little bit of hopium yesterday, and I said, you know what, this kind of looks like the start of an inverse head and shoulders. And if that does happen, folks, we are in for a treat. So I'm just going to elaborate on this quick, and then we'll get into the super sensitive part of the TA that I'd like to show you guys. So from here, we're just going to start this TA at about 100, and we're going to start this this inverse head and shoulders that I'm going to show you at about $114, and we'll come and measure right down to here. And go ahead and pull this down. You guys are going to like this, trust me. So with that said, we'll flip this. There we go. And then we will go ahead and stack this over here like so. Now, if this ends up being some sort of huge head and shoulders, we are in for a super treat here. And I'm not trying to just throw down a ton of hype on ICP or anything like that. I want this thing to grow healthy and naturally as much as possible. But you guys can kind of see where I'm going at with this if we just use our forward-thinking abilities to maybe kind of plan this out. This could be a reality. And this reality could be that we're coming up to test this $86-ish level. Maybe we are going to form a very nice cup and handle, something of that nature. But you guys can kind of see where I'm going with if we can get this inverse head and shoulders or cup and handle. Either way, these are multi-year patterns that we may see, in my opinion. So this is good to see. And I do think that, yes, Internet Computer is long overdue. And if we look at this super closely at a super high level, I'm a big fan of the Japanese trading style. I like my Heiken Ashi candles, and I like my Ichimoku cloud. So on the daily chart, what has me really bullish about ICP is the fact that price action is squeezing, and we'll get into the nitty gritty on this in just a second. But we have such a thin Ichimoku cloud here, it's not even funny. This is what we want. Whenever price is below the Ichimoku cloud, that usually means we're in a bearish situation. If we can get price action on the daily chart above the Ichimoku cloud, I think we're going to be sitting pretty. And this will give us time to maybe establish what I'm hoping happens is some sort of ascending triangle or something like this, some bullish pattern, whether it's an ascending triangle, bull pennant, bull flag, you name it. I'm hoping that happens. So this would do two things. It would get us above the Ichimoku cloud on the daily. Rising wedge would be confirmed, and we literally have a blast off pad. Not trying to hype this up, but the ascending triangle is a blast off pad. Let's get into this at a super high level here, folks. And I'm talking about on the 1 hour chart. And speaking of that ascending triangle, this is possibly what could be happening right now, as long as ICP really doesn't get below this area in here, because we are having some decent support right around this $15.70 level. As long as we don't really drop below that, I'm cool. Like, this thing could squeeze right into this corner and just explode to the downside or the upside. But a lot of this is very dependent on what Bitcoin is doing. So if you see this thing trading lower than maybe $15.66, Yeah, there might be some air of concern there, and just check in with the channel for an update. Now, I want to just go over and check out Bitcoin and see what it is doing here, because that is very important. On the hourly chart, it does look like there might have been some sort of rising wedge pattern that did form here, and there is a little bleeding out happening right now. I mean, it is what it is. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Maybe not. Maybe that's just more of a channel. Anyways, there appears that there might be some sort of Elliott wave theory formation going on there. Let's just look at this on the daily chart. Yeah, you can kind of see where this thing is testing the 50 moving average on the daily. We're still stuck in the Ichimoku cloud. I'm hoping that if Bitcoin can break through this 50 moving average, we might see this thing rush up to about the $48,000-ish level to test this 200 moving average. And folks, going back to that whole ascending triangle thing, if that does happen, oh boy, we might be waiting for some huge ascending triangle or something like that to form out here. I think this fall is possibly going to be a very bullish time of the year, late summer, fall, somewhere in there. That's kind of where I'm getting at right now. And if this does happen on a grander scale, I mean, you could kind of make the arguments here that maybe there's some sort of gigantic ascending triangle that is forming. So really, folks, that's all we really have today in the world of technical analysis on ICP and Bitcoin. Again, thank you guys all for the very kind words and support on that last in-depth ICP video. You can check it in just a second here at the end screen. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world, and we'll drop some TA on ICP here within the next few days again.